What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a project that I recently DP'd, a beauty commercial, and it was my first beauty commercial. And I kind of found, I think, while shooting it, after seeing it get cut together, I think I found a place that I really enjoy, and so. I want to share with you today this commercial and some of the things that I kind of went through and thought about as I shot it, lit it, worked with the models, and kind of planned it a little bit too. So this is more of like a brainstorm free sesh. I don't have a script for this. I don't have exact structure. So I'm kind of just going to go through the shots here and just try to talk about it and see how it goes. I was like very, very happy with the overall look. We shot this in, I think it was a total of 4 hours. We had 2 models plus the makeup artist, which was also a model at one point in the video. And we had a solid team. It was me as a DP, my friend Will Prada at Low Key Gaffer as the gaffer for this, which he did a phenomenal job, as you can obviously tell by the frames. With the lighting. My friend Christian Mendez, who was the producer and AD, kept us on time, especially with such a short scheduled time of 4 hours. And I want to give a huge shout out to Interwoven Studios in downtown LA, Culver City, and I believe they have one more studio somewhere else in LA. They kind of let us come in here and play and do our thing within our time, and we appreciate that. So let's scroll through and see if there's anything that piques my interest here. Well, actually, let's start here. This right here, this little moment is one of my 2 to 3 favorite absolute shots that we captured on the day, and it was kind of the thing where like we started rolling on this frame, and like while we were filming it, you could tell that it was just like natural magic that was happening. Our model here, Olga, she was fantastic. She looked amazing on camera, and she just, you just hit roll and she did her thing. She was very professional. What I love about this frame specifically, especially with the lighting, is that like there's different layers of lighting, and I think that's something that I've been trying to work more. Like when I was gaffing more heavily towards the end of my closer to the back end of my gaffing career, I was really pushing on like more dimensionality and lighting. So to me that means different color temperatures, pockets of light, different intensity of shadows, and different places where shadows may fall. So I feel like this frame kind of represents a little bit of that. If you take a look at her face, right? So we have the typical 5600 Kelvin look on her face. I believe we were keying her with a aperture 150 dome and a 1200D. And then Will, our gaffer, also had a little tungsten source here in the background just to add some like separation outside of it just being like a white space in the studio. And what I really, really love about this frame is like, just watch how the shadows fall. It just looks so pretty and natural. It's a beautiful shadow, The other thing I really like about this, so there was a black flag right here, but also what we did was put a aperture tube, I forget the name of them, the bricks, right behind here, that kind of also like wrapped around a little bit and gave her somewhat of a warm start to like the gradient of her shadow happening. So that's actually the kind of word I'm looking for here. Gradient. Like we go and we have a beautiful gradient here. This kind of almost looks like a painting, if you will. And I think that's one of the reasons, outside of her posture and her, the fact that there's like triangles everywhere you look in this frame. I just really loved how this shot turned out. Let's see, what other shot do we like here? We did a lot these last like makeup moments here. We did a lot of these quick And our editor, Allie Peters, she killed it, absolutely killed it. We just kind of just gave her a bunch of footage and we're like, have fun, make something nice. And of course, like she always does, I just started working with her and she's been doing a lot of really good work for us at Tiny Machine, and other directors that I've worked with, I've recommended her to. Let's see, what else do we like in here? Okay, so this shot right here. This is another one of those shots that while we were filming them, you could tell that it was like something special that was happening in the moment. I shot this on the Sony FX6, and I recently bought a set of the Zeiss CP3s as like my overall like workhorse, like social media lenses, small commercial lenses, just like easy dock lenses. And I think they're a little bit underrated because the CP2s, I don't think the Zeiss CP2s, the lenses that came out beforehand, I don't think have a good rep. But the CP3s, they're consistent. They shoot at a T2.1 in their fastest wide open world. And I was shooting this specific shot on a 25 millimeter, and oh my God, the close focus on this thing. I don't know the exact measurement, but I was literally centimeters away from these models' faces. And the fact that it looks so beautiful and like not like it's distorted a little bit, but it's distorted in a beautiful way. So cool that like you could see like the details in their skin, and like the focus is just so pretty around her lips and like her eyes, and then just like them pulling in and out of focus too just makes it for such a more beautiful shot. So Zeiss CP3s, I think anytime that I shoot something that involves beauty, this kind of convinced me that Zeiss is more of like the approach to take for my liking. Obviously, there's a million lenses you can use, but I've shot on Zeiss a lot, and the CP3s is the kit that I own, and specifically the 25 millimeter has become my favorite overall lens because of how close you can get to people's faces. I'm kind of a DP who likes to, when I'm running around with a camera, I don't care so much to zoom or to shoot on like a 100 mil from far away or like a 200 mil from far away. I like kind of being up there in the action and like arcing around the people and like, you know, getting under them and over them and like really piercing into their eyes and seeing detail, because that's, to me, that's like what makes being a human and like the look of a human interesting, is seeing all the details in the person, because that's what we see when we talk to people, you know, when we talk to people in real life. So yeah, this frame here is also another one of those magic moments that happened on set. You kind of like just let the models do their thing and they killed it. I personally think those two shots were my favorite. But just the video overall just had like a fantastic, good vibe to it. Shooting it was really fun, and I think I plan on doing more beauty shoots in the future, just because it's something that I naturally was like happy doing, naturally found really good frames, and like the lighting aspect of it, especially, I know a lot of people are scared of white canvases, like a white backdrop studio, but I feel like when you have the right people and you put a little bit of time in prep, you can do a lot with a white background. If you're interested in seeing the full video, you can check out my website, my DP website. I should be working on putting together a new reel soon, so we'll see when that comes out. But yeah,